Good morning, children. Our next lesson in geography is major realms of the earth. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to list and describe the four realms of the earth, analyze the interrelationship of the realms. I will start my lesson with one warm-up activity. Children, make your own terrarium. The different components of the terrarium represents the different realms of the earth. Let us learn how. The earth is the only planet known to support life. This is because there is land, air and water on it. These are essential components needed to sustain life. Each of these elements constitutes a separate realm on earth. A realm is a major biogeographical division of the earth's surface. Land makes up the lithosphere, water makes up the hydrosphere, while air makes up the atmosphere. The zone where all these three realms meet is known as biosphere. The biosphere is the realm that is made up of living things and the environment in which they live. First one is lithosphere. The earth has three main layers. The innermost layer is known as the core. The layer in the middle is the mantle, while the outermost layer is the crust. The crust and the upper portion of the mantle together form the lithosphere. The lithosphere consists of huge masses of land known as continents. It also consists all the landmass found below the oceans known as ocean beds. There are 7 continents: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, Australia and Antarctica. Let us learn each one in detail. First one is Asia. Asia is the largest continent in the world. The Arctic Ocean lies to its north, the Pacific Ocean to the east and the Indian Ocean to the south. It is separated from the continent of Europe by the Ural Mountains. The Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. Next one is Africa. Africa is the second largest continent on earth. It is bounded by the Atlantic Ocean on the west, the Indian Ocean on the east, and the east and south, the Mediterranean Sea on the north, and the Red Sea on the northeast. The equator, the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn pass through Africa. The largest hot desert of the world, the Sahara Desert, is located here. Next one is North America. North America is the third largest continent of the world and lies completely in the northern and western hemispheres. It is surrounded by 3 oceans: the Arctic in the north, the Atlantic in the east, and the Pacific in the west. Next one is South America. Most of South America lies in the southern hemisphere. The equator passes through the northernmost part of this continent. It is surrounded by the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. The Andes, the world's largest mountain ranges, is located in this continent. The world's largest river, the Amazon, drains South America. Next one is Antarctica. Antarctica is the huge continent around the South Pole. The South Pole lies almost at the center of Antarctica. Antarctica is covered with ice caps throughout the year. It is therefore known as icy continent. It is also known as an isolated continent since the inhospitable climatic conditions do not permit permanent settlements here. Next one is Europe. Europe is the smaller continent compared to Asia. It lies to the west of Asia. The Ural Mountains form the easternmost edge of Europe. Europe is a peninsula with water bodies surrounding it on three sides. They are the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and the North Sea. Next one is Australia. Australia is a continent, a country, and an island. Australia is the world's smallest continent but sixth largest country. It gets its name from the Latin word australis, which means southern. The kangaroo and the koala are unique animals of this continent. Next one is hydrosphere. Water exists on earth in all forms as liquid in the form of oceans, seas, rivers and lakes, as solid in the form of ice sheets and glaciers, and as gas in the form of water vapor in the atmosphere. The hydrosphere covers almost 71% of the earth's surface. Of all the water bodies on earth, oceans are the largest and account for almost 97% of the earth's water. Look at the map. It also shows us the oceans of the world. First one is the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest and deepest ocean of the world. Next one is Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. It has North and South America on its west and Europe and Africa on its east. Next, third one is the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean lies between Africa on the west, Australia on the east, Asia on the north, and Antarctica on the south. It is the only ocean named after a country. Next one is the Southern Ocean. The Southern Ocean is also known as the Antarctic Ocean, surrounds Antarctica. Next one is the Arctic Ocean. The Arctic Ocean lies between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole. A narrow strip of water called the Bering Strait connects it to the Pacific Ocean. Next, third realm is the atmosphere. The envelope of air that surrounds the earth, extending up to 10,000 kilometers from its surface, is called the atmosphere. It is held in place around the earth by the force of gravity. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on differences in density, temperature and factors. They are the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, ionosphere and exosphere. The troposphere is the layer that is closer to the earth and the place where all weather changes occur. The stratosphere stretches beyond the troposphere and is the zone where aeroplanes fly. The mesosphere extends from the stratosphere to around 80 kilometers above the sea level. The ionosphere or the thermosphere extends Above the mesosphere, it is electrically charged. There is no definite top to the ionosphere. It gradually mixes with the exosphere. The exosphere gives way to space. The biosphere is the realm where the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere meet and interact, and where all life forms exist. The word bio means life in Greek. All life forms ranging from the smallest microbes to the largest mammals are a part of the biosphere. Both the living and non-living elements of the four realms of the earth interact with each other constantly. The community formed by the interaction of living organisms with their physical environment constitutes an ecosystem. This creates a delicate balance in nature known as ecological balance. Each element in an ecosystem has a vital role to play. Even if one element is disturbed, the entire ecosystem collapses, resulting in ecological imbalance. Human activities are increasingly upsetting this balance. For example, when we cut down trees, the amount of carbon dioxide in the air rises. Over time, the increased carbon dioxide causes the temperature across the globe to rise. This phenomenon is known as global warming. When we throw garbage in river waters, the rivers get polluted and become unsuitable for consumption by humans and other animals, and many organisms that live in the water perish. All this affects the ecological balance in an adverse way. Thus, it is our responsibility to do all we can to preserve the balance in nature. Thank you, children. I will continue the lesson in next session.